Well, thank you very much for keeping pace with us here at ONIF TV. This is Serious Matters. My name is Olukunle Brown. Please do share videos to others. Drop your comment, make them simple and civil. Well, we've come to the we've gone to the presidential election petition tribunal, and we've come back. And of course, you notice I didn't really do anything online yesterday because I was keeping keeping tab on what was actually going on. And when I saw that it wasn't really not that it wasn't in favor, or it's not an issue of being in favor of one's candidate, but just in favor of doing the right thing. That's my concern and my take. In any case, the APC leaders pro Tinubu group jubilates. Of course, it's not that will not be far-fetched because the judiciary went in their favor. It said that Peter Obi was not able to prove that there were issues of chaos and all of the things that he said happened at polling units. He could not present agents that were at those polling units at those times and all of that. Well, it's okay. We've said that, well, justice or judgment, justice or judgment. My take is this: Nigerians know who won the presidential election of February 25th, and that will remain on the minds of Nigerians, just as June 12th, 1993 remains on the minds of Nigerians, and even on the mind of the person who annulled that election, even though it was said to have been the freest of all elections that they've ever had. And so it's okay. Justice or judgment, because Atiku Abubakar, the People's Democratic Party, has described what happened in that court yesterday as judgment and not justice. And so they are making efforts to move on, probably hopefully to the Supreme Court and all of that. Well, like somebody said over the radio this morning, that they are not really expecting anything different at the Supreme Court. I just feel that it's just going to be a waste of money because all this shenanigans it's already the shenanigans of corruption in Nigeria had affected every nooks and crannies of our system, and that's the truth. I saw a picture on somebody's status saying 1999 Constitution in memory of democracy, 1999 Constitution from 1999 to 2023. That's to say that democracy had just been murdered because seeing how clear, how much of a shamble, the 2023 general election that was set to have produced Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. You see, I don't know if people understand certain things. It's not just about it's not about APC or PDP, because the state Nigeria is now is not a political state. Nigeria is in shambles. That if we don't do something quickly, Nigeria might cease to exist. And I mean as Nigeria. Because everything is in shambles. Even the one that said it is his turn. We have turned democracy into an issue of turn by turn. We now have a pattern in Africa of old leaders. Old leaders. I mean, check the Rwanda, the Cameroon, all of them. Old leaders. People who, is it money that Tinubu does not have? No, but he too wants to be in the reins of power. He too wants to have, wants to be in control. That's why he said, it is my turn. It's my turn. It's his turn. And, whichever way, he has become president. And, in a few months' time, Nigerians are weeping. Well, you see, it's not, like I said earlier on, it's not an issue of party. I don't know the issue people have with the obedience. What issue do you have with Nigeria? It's not about obedience. It's about Nigerians wanting a real change. That's the point. It's about Nigerians wanting a new change. We want a real change. We want change. It's not about obedience. I saw Reno Mokri running his mouth, he's saying that in his lifetime that Peter Obi will never be president. Is it about Peter Obi? That tells how myopic your thinkings are. That even at your level, in any case, why should we bother ourselves about the comments of people like boys like Reno Mokri, who speaks from two sides of his mouth, who does not have the interest of Nigeria? We are talking about a nation. We are not talking about people here. We are not talking about parties here. People are dying. People are hungry. The only thing that everybody enjoyed, the only thing that every single person, at least even in the corrupt, even in the midst of the corrupt system that we are, the only thing that everybody enjoyed, you took it away. You said that corrupt. You said subsidy is gone. Subsidy is gone because you only wanted to hit at people, at some people best known to you. Yet in hitting at whoever it is, you say because do you plant a farm and you have it infested with grasshoppers and you say clear off the farm? No, you don't do that. You get insecticide and get rid of the grasshoppers. Why don't you get rid? Don't you know the people who are stealing the money that was being used to pay subsidy? It has never happened in the history of anywhere in the world where fuel price will jump that margin. Olagbara ifokoto, ele ti fokoto. Ele ifokoto kọjá koto. Yoruba sabe they say flood no dey jump gutter. This one don't jump gutter. It don't jump canal sef. It don't jump bridge. From 187 naira fuel to 620. How wicked. I see it as is wickedness. There is no other name. How do I mean? No. Did you increase the salaries of people? Or even if you did in the federal corpus, what do you say about the private sectors? What do you talk about people who run their own business? How do you increase their revenue? How do you increase their incomes? To now make matters worse, they said they gave 5 billion naira to governors to share for us. As if you don't know how to reach us. You don't know how to reach us. You could get us to do BVN, but you don't know how to reach us when you want to get things like that. Why don't you just tell us that you only wanted to return the money they use in doing their campaigns and doing their elections? Because how many people will this get to? We saw the rice you shared, 1,200 baht for the whole of Kwara State. 1,200 bags for the whole of Kwara State. And by the time they shared it very well. It's not like anybody stole anything. A whole community got 1/8 of a bag, of one bag. A whole community got 1/8 of a bag. There is nothing anybody does that he will not gain. You know, in the book of Revelations, you know, when you read chapter 22, thereabout, he started by saying that, look, if anybody knows how to do good, let him continue. If he knows how to do evil, let him continue. Whichever one he does, he has rewards for it. Like I was telling somebody, look, let's not bother ourselves. You want to be, no, let's not stop anybody. Let's not stop anybody who wants to hold on to power. But I know somebody who enthrones and dethrones. Is unquestionable. He enthrones and he dethrones. You can spend 12 years, you can spend 100 years. I don't know your people, you know, Cameroon God president, all of them who have all sort of, you know, I mean, I've been there for so long, 40 years, 42 years. Where are they today? How healthy are they? They only bear presidency with their name. That one cannot stand on his feet. And you expect the country to be able to stand on his feet. It flows from the head to the leg, not the other way around. He said, beyond all contradiction, the lesser is blessed of the higher. So it flows from the head. It flows from the head. It beats my imagination to see intellectuals People who you expect to be sound in their thinking, who we expect to be compassionate, because it's now an issue of compassionate. Jesus Christ got to a point in his ministry, he looked over the land and he began to weep. Why was he weeping? He saw how much corruption and eating deep into mankind. And here he was with solution, and they were not willing to accept him. Is it about Peter Obi? Peter Obike. Peter Obike. Is Peter Obi God? Peter Obi is not God. We are talking about change in our nation. And it's not this way. He said we must. Are we the ones to sacrifice? We are the ones to sacrifice, Abi. We are the ones. We are the ones to sacrifice. Ha. We are the ones to sacrifice again. With the millions with which you pay yourself in political offices. Well, like they said, we are not expecting, it's not like anybody's expecting anything from the Supreme Court. Well, then let them just do, it's just room for them. Let them just do. But I believe in the judgment of one person, and it is God. That person is God Almighty. I believe in his judgment. You see, we've got to get things right, sincerely speaking. Like I said, it's not about anybody. It's not about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's nothing. It's not about anybody. It's not even about Peter. I'm not speaking about anybody. I'm speaking about, I'm speaking about good governance. I'm speaking about a fight against corruption. We thought Buhari was going to do so much, but it's unfortunate that his own tenure was worse than what we had ever seen before. They made Jonathan to become a superstar, a celebrity. They turned Jonathan into a celebrity. And so he was actually a saint. He was actually a saint. An election that was mad with all sort of irregularities that we saw live in an age of technology, where everybody is carrying camera phones and somebody can be recording you without you knowing. To now think of the fact that somebody was declared president, and then we now have as ministers people who have corruption cases, alleged corruption, fraud cases against them in the reins of power again. What a nation. What a nation. What a nation. It's just serious matters. Seriously. I mean, it's as if I'm just talking to myself. Seriously. It's as if I'm just talking to myself. I'm pained. Not pained that Peter Obi did not win. Don't get me wrong. It's not about Peter Obi. It's about getting it right and doing the right things. And having a sane nation, a sane country. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Having a sane country. Having a sane country. Not one where representatives will sit there and make jest about the poor. Let the poor breathe. And my question to myself is, who are the poor? Who are really the poor? Why have we made life to look as if some people are more fortunate than the other? We were born like every other person was born. But just because somebody had the opportunity of becoming something or was opportune to hold a political office, he suddenly becomes a superstar financially. I don't know why their names are not recorded in the Forbes of the richest world richest. There are politicians who have more money than even Dangote has recorded by the Forbes. I mean, when you compare what some politicians have, what they have kept. I wish I could show you some other videos, but I'm not just in for that this morning. Seriously. The money they have stolen, steal money and keep money in the roof. Steal money and use money and keep money under their rugs in the house. So you keep money inside sockaway. Keep money inside Storex. Overhead tanks. Where are we going from here? That's a question for every one of us. That's a question for every one of us. Really don't know what to say again. I'm pained that we are still where we are. Even the judiciary that we expect it's not just supposed to be about interpreting the law. It's supposed to be, about, what benefits the general populace, not just a few people. What benefits the general populace? Somebody, a judgment that you will give that you are at rest. Not the one that conscience will not allow you to rest. Conscience will give you high blood pressure and you die untimely. Yes. If your judgment takes food away from the table of millions of people, don't worry, all will be well. Or let's say a judge had collected money to usurp, to upturn judgments, to twist judgments. No problem. I'm not accusing anybody though. But I'm just saying, if that is the instance, if that is the situation, all cannot be well. And when I mean all cannot be well, is that your life you can't end well. Because this life that we are in is a give and take thing. What you sow is what you get. You can't sow injustice and get justice. Your time is coming. A time is coming when you also will be in the ring. You also need somebody to do justice on your behalf. What will happen? I just hope that some people will just take their pens and just write their resignation letter and just leave office. That you just have your spirit creaking, your heart pricking you. You know you are not there on your own. You know we didn't vote for you. You know we didn't vote for you. And you know you have nothing to offer us. Heartache is what you have brought. You know you are only fulfilling the lust in your heart. You have to resign now. Resign. Don't say nobody is bringing a case against me. Nobody is challenging my victory. What's victory? You call what happened in that place yesterday victory? Oh, really? Yes, that's true. We had some persons bring these other persons to court. Then the judges ruled in favor of this person. Sincerely speaking, I agree with you. That's victory. But let me tell you, Nigerians know who won the February 25th presidential election. Justice or judgment. Thank you very much for watching. This is still Serious Matters here at ONIF TV. We plead with you, please do drop your comment. Make them as simple as possible. Make them civil. Thank you very much for watching. You see the background I have. It's a background of lights coming out little by little. Hoping that, it's very, very soon. Whichever way. Hey, you understand? Look at the prayers that Daddy Gio prayed on Sunday, and then we have the ones by Pastor W.F. Kumi and all of that. So don't worry. I've told you, and I've repeated times and again, so don't misquote me. I've told you this video is not about Bola Tinubu, neither is it about Atiku or about Peter Obi. Nobody is a saint. It's about a renewed Nigeria. A new Nigeria. A new one. Well, I'll be going. Please don't forget to drop a comment. Make them simple and civil. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. Bye-bye.